Alright guys, Hazing here, welcome back to the channel for another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. So there'll probably be a good few videos today. I'm not even sure if this is going to be the first one or it'll be in the middle somewhere. So there's been a lot of updates. We've had a lot of new things happening today, and do you know what? It now makes it, without any shadow of a doubt, the best time for you to re-roll within this game. So if you're someone who has started out and you've maybe made a few bad decisions and you think to yourself, I wish I'd done something differently, re-roll your account. Okay, let me explain why I think you should re-roll your account, okay? First of all, I'm going to go into gifts. Now, I'm doing this on my tablet, but I have got a mouse connected to it, so I'm going to have to touch it still, which is pretty annoying. But it's making me do this first. Stupid game. Right, so collected our mission. We're now going to go into our gift box. Don't know why it's doing this, but give me a second. Right, so finally, so let me go into the gift box. So I'm going to collect everything in the gift box and you'll see exactly what you're going to start out with now if you re-roll, right? So claiming everything within the gift box, if you've re-rolled, is going to give you this. It's going to give you 2 5-star weapons, which we already got. It's going to give you 54 stamina. Right, 54 stamina vials. It's going to give you 40 gacha tickets. It's going to give you 2 4-star or higher gacha tickets. It's going to give you a load of materials. It's going to give you a 5-star gacha ticket. It's going to give you a costume, and it's also going to give you 17,000 blue gems. Now, the reason that I say now is a better time to reroll than previous times is actually pretty straightforward, right? So first off, when you're doing your reroll, you're going to have multiple options presented to you, okay? And those options are going to allow you greater chances to get more summons. I had to disconnect my stupid mouse from my tablet there, it was causing issues. Right, so anyway, they're going to give you greater chances to get more summons. First off, you're going to have this, which is an additional banner that you can roll on during your reroll process, right? So I've actually reset my own free-to-play account to kind of do this because I believe right now is such a good time to reroll. So obviously you would be looking to get probably a 5-star on your first pull, and you'd be looking to get a 5-star on your second pull, and everything's going wrong. This has just crashed. We'll see what I got when I load it back up. Right, so from that pull that crashed, I got Fairy Tail, which is actually pretty ideal, to be honest. Excellent, that would be a keeper. However, on your previous reroll, you would maybe not have gone too much further. If you'd done 2 bad rolls, you would probably have stopped, right? But because we've got so many tokens right now, we get to do this new banner. Now, I will share my opinions on this new banner in a completely different video. This is not about how I feel about this banner, but for re-rolling purposes, this banner is great, okay? Now, what I'll say is I, myself, and I've seen many others, I actually have had more Murasame on this banner than I actually did on the featured banner, right? So, for me, this banner actually paid dividends versus the actual featured banner, which had Murasame on there. Like, seriously, I think I got 3, maybe 4 copies, and on this banner, I'm now like 2 copies away from having it max overboost, right? I've had so many copies of it on here, it's insane, right? So with this, because they've got this enhanced wish list, because you can choose Murasame, and you can also choose Barrett's featured weapon, you can put this on here, upping your chances to actually start with godlike rolls, right? So I'm just going to quickly make this wish list something that would be a good start, something that I would be happy to start with, and I am very much going to cater this wish list to making my Aerith and also my Cloud really have decent weapon loadouts, right? So that's essentially there for Cloud, and this is essentially there for Aerith, but it also means that when later on we get to the first soldier, we've also got a really good healing weapon as well. So, set our wish list. We've got 17,000 rolls. Let's see what a reroll is going to look like when you have all these additional resources. So, Cloud's weapon on this is actually pretty decent anyway, right? Cloud's weapon is pretty decent. It's decent as your main weapon, and it's a pretty decent sub-equip as well. So there's no issues at all if you're pulling this weapon. And because you have got, in my opinion anyway, based on what I've done and what I've seen, really good chances to pull Murasami, I think this is a good banner to re-roll on. I'm running this on a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, and this keeps happening. I don't know what's up with this app. It's not very well optimised for Android, I'll say that. So I checked, on that roll I never actually got anything, but that's fine, because that is part of a re-rolling process. But unlike your normal re-roll, you have still got another 4 entire rolls on this featured banner, which is going to allow you to chase for more stamps, more weapons, and hopefully you'll be able to get more of the featured weapon that you're hopefully after. Now, to try and prevent this crashing again, I'm just going to not skip this summon and see if that makes a difference, right? So now I'll hit skip and I'm thinking we should be okay. Right, so we got 1 featured weapon on this roll, right? So, fine, not the one we're after. We move on, absolutely fine, no issues there, no complaints. We will go for the next one, bang. Yeah, I know how it all works. Doing our next draw. Again, what we'd be looking for, ideally if you were doing a fresh reroll and you were a brand new player, you'd be looking for high stamp counts if you could get them. You'd be looking for good rolls, hopefully multiple featured weapons or multiple wishlisted weapons. That's what I personally have been quite lucky with on my own rolls. This reroll so far is not going the best, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because this account will just get re-rolled again because that is part of the process. Got another one after this. We're guaranteed to get at least a featured weapon here anyway. So ideally here you'd be looking for more than 1 gold blip, right? I had 4, I think, is my most. I think I seen Pain had like 6 or something, which was just insane. Right, go here. So this literally is the worst possible outcome you could get from your reroll, right? But it doesn't change the fact that it's still the best time to reroll. So, again, you would move through, you would simply check, okay, what have I got? This 100% would not be a keeper, right? This account is 100% not one that you'd be looking to keep, right? So, that was what? 4 rolls? I think it was 4 rolls on this new featured banner, right? Which, if we'd get a bit luckier with our stamp collecting there, we would have probably been able to secure that costume as well, which would have obviously been pretty handy for us, right? Now, unfortunately on this, it's just gone absolutely terrible, and I didn't get copies of Murasami, but we would re-roll at that point, right? We would re-roll now. I wouldn't even actually at this stage go and see what you would get from your tickets. I wouldn't, but you could if you wanted to, right? But I would not do that. I would aim for on your first roll to hopefully, potentially pick up something like a fairy tale. Maybe on this special roll, if you didn't get it in the first roll, you would get something like a fairy tale, or even maybe something like a crystal sword to have Laharo. I'm back to Disgaea days. Cloud being a sort of a sub healer for you. Then you would kind of aim here to hopefully pick up maybe 2-3 copies of Murasami, which is totally doable. Totally doable. And then on your tickets at that point, things start to become golden for you. Whatever you get is just great. It's gravy on your account, essentially, just making everything a lot better. So this, without any shadow of a doubt, is definitely the best time to reroll. Now, I can see some people having the argument that if you're chasing Murasami, you're not going to have the potential to get Laharo's costume that boosts lightning potency. I'll be honest with you, I don't think that matters. I genuinely don't think that matters, because more copies of Murasami is going to do more for you than having his costume that boosts lightning potential, because you can get other weapons that will do that boosting lightning potential for you. It is something that you can absolutely get. Murasami itself, I believe, boosts it, but I think it's more specific to that weapon rather than overall. So you're not really missing out too much by doing that, and you can still pick up this new costume that is going to give you other boosts to Cloud's kit, right? So because of the amount of resources we're going to get, you get by re-rolling right now, because this banner does allow you to put Murasami on there as a featured weapon, I 100% believe that it is the best time for you to re-roll. And really, if you're not happy with your account and you think you could have done better, there's no reason not to. You know the process. I've got videos, I'll link one up top if you're not sure how to do it. But honestly guys, now is the time. Re-roll your account if you're not happy and get yourself a better start. If something like what happened in this video happens, go again. It's as simple as that. Anyway guys, I've been Hazing, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.